Hey guys! So I'll start with my hair's blonde now. I haven't made a video in a couple of weeks because this video I'm about to film I've already filmed once. The editing broke and then I lost all the footage, so let's start again. So I would like to talk about the Maze Runner trilogies. So I want to talk about some of the things that I really liked, some of the things I really didn't like, and just my overall view of the series. There are 3 books in the series, and then there is a prequel. There is also the Files, the Wicked Files, something like that. I don't own that book. So it took me 1 month to read all of these and then another month to read this one. But let's start. So this series centres around a boy named Thomas. Thomas is, I'm gonna guess, about 15 years old. We don't know, because Thomas has literally lost all of his memory apart from that they named him Thomas. And he goes into the glade where all the other boys, full of boys, only boys, have forgotten their memories and they only know their name. They know nothing about the outside world. Now Thomas has the idea that he has been here before, and then mysteriously a girl turns up and all chaos ensues. With this first book, nothing really happened. It was all about setting the scene until about halfway through, 2/3, something like that. And then when the girl wakes up, it just shit hits the fan. And Thomas is determined to get out of the maze and work out what the hell is going on, essentially. My only issue with this is some of the language is a bit simple. It's a young adult book, so I guess it makes sense, but it's a bit simple and repetitive. You view everything from Thomas's mindset. So Thomas doesn't know what's going on, and he repeatedly reminds you that he doesn't know what's going on, which works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. It completely depends on your view. Yeah, I still thought that this book was really good. Next, we have the Scorch Trials. So, spoilers if you haven't finished the Maze Runner, they get out of the maze. Sorry about that. So, the Scorch Trials, they are now out of the maze, but Wicked is the organisation that put them in the maze, is still putting them through tasks. They have to get through, I don't know, it's kind of like a desert, whatever, through this town, the Scorched Town, to get to the other side where there will be a cure for this plague kind of mental issue that they have. The Wicked have told them that they have been infected with this crazy loopy thing called the flare, where all their brain cells just kind of go to mush and they become like mental. That's one of the things that I really liked about this book, is that the enemy in this book is people. People who are very unpredictable, very scary. It's completely different to the Maze Runner, where the enemy is kind of the grievers, which are kind of like childhood monsters, whereas this is a bit more grown up and people are terrifying. What I liked about this is that I actually quite liked the Scorch. I liked that they were trying to get to the other side. I liked the setup. I liked that they introduced new characters. Some characters got lost on the way. What I didn't like was how the whole issue with Teresa, the girl in the coma, and Thomas kind of plays out. There's a new boy introduced and he also is psychic, something they didn't put in the films. And I just, what? Why? And I kind of guess there is a reason, because they're trying to map brain patterns, but I just like, I don't know. I didn't think it was any reason for them to get all angsty with each other. Final book. If you have not finished the Scorch Trial, spoiler, there is no cure. This is the final book in the trilogy. It is the Death Cure. It is where Thomas and the others find out that they don't really have a cure and Wicked want to give them back their memories. Now, Thomas is freaking the fuck out. He doesn't want to know what's going on because he remembers that he was a part of Wicked. He has had dreams and he is starting to remember things that they don't really want him to. So they run away, essentially. They steal a burg and they run away with the help of a woman working inside of Wicked. I would call her a woman, but I'm pretty sure she's a child. I would put her about the same age as Thomas. And yeah, so she helps them escape. Now, I'm not going to do spoilers for the ending, but I didn't actually like the ending that much. I felt a lot was left unanswered. I did like the whole angsty kind of drama in the middle to do with Thomas and the other boy. If you read it, you kind of know what I mean. Yeah, so I didn't like the ending. I thought a lot was left unanswered, and my thoughts on the trilogy was that the Maze Runner was written because he thought that would be a banging idea, and then he had to create a world around the Maze Runner, which is where these two came in. Because why the hell are they just kids in a maze like hamsters? What the hell's that about? bring on these two books. So this one I love the most, and then they slightly go downhill from there. Now, the prequel. It took me about a month to get back into reading, and then I read this in about 2 weeks. The prequel is called The Kill Order. It is set about 13 years before The Maze Runner. So this is set just after the world has been scorched by sun flares. It centres around a couple, Mark and Trina, and another couple, Alec and Lana. Alec and Lana were in the military together. Mark and Trina were, I don't even know what, best friends before the flares happened. So it's essentially about their survival. Now this is before the crazy loopy flare happens, and it happens within this book. Now I would recommend this to someone who hasn't even read The Maze Runner yet, because I think it is a very good standalone book. What happens is that not Wicked yet, Wicked haven't been formed, but the enemy kind of within this book have started spreading the flare, the disease that makes your brain go to mush. But they have started spreading the flare, and Mark and Trina and Alec and Lana are just like, what the fuck? So they go and find out why. Lana and Trina get kidnapped. Alec and Mark have to go and save them. It's very good, very dramatic, and I would put this as more the adult section of the book. It's like, I would say the writer, James Dashner, has decided to grow, that the audience will grow with the novels. Each one seems to grow more and more and more adult. So the first book is very childish, is about monsters and kind of things like that. The second book is about people, and the third book is still about people but kind of trying to save the world kind of thing. This book is actually about adults and how they have dealt with what's going on, and how this new crazy mental disorder, the flare, is starting to spread. Very good. So my opinion of the set as a whole, I really like it, and I do recommend it to people. I recommended it to my friend Claire, hey Claire, and she read it with her book club in Spain. I generally think they're good reads, and I think someone should read them. I think they're a bit childish at times. The language isn't amazing. My brother thought that he used the word connected too often, like he didn't have a thesaurus to hand. But I really love the concept. The concept to me is more important than the writing style. I had a bit of an issue with writing style at university, and I imagine it would be something like that. I had definitely had a concept, but writing style was an issue. But I still recommend these books to people. I think they're very good. I think maybe don't binge read them like I did, because then you get a bit bored of the writing style. But if you read them individually and make it a set as a whole, it's actually very, very good. I motored through this way quicker than my last video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from me, then please subscribe. And as always, I leave my links in the down bar, and I'll have a chat with you in the comments below. I hope we're having a rocking day. Bye!